Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Available in 2092 and a half. Ice Cream Sunday. None of it means anything. The album, Dad AF. Rock on, Gold Dust, Woman. Beast. I don't know why this just came to me in my head, but I was thinking to myself, my title should be, this is not a Trisha Paytas video. Oh my God, you Trisha Paytas fans out there, let me just tell you, you're ruthless. You're ruthless. Oh my God, I need bodyguards, fans. Bodyguards / fans like Trisha Paytas has, okay? I don't know who works harder on the weekend, okay? What was it? Did Donna Summer, was she the one back in the day that said she works hard for the money? I don't know who works harder on the weekend. Now, I know the rest of us, okay, are out there and we're like watching the Netflix series and hanging out. I was having my true crime book club yesterday, you know, and then I listened to my audiobook and I pre-filmed my video so I could just have a day with my husband and hanging out, things like that, you know, and going to brunch with my husband, all that kind of stuff. I think that's what most of us do. Trisha Paytas lives on the internet all through the weekend. This is the thing that is so crazy to me about this whole Trisha Paytas thing, and this is just kind of my intro. Tomorrow I will be doing a video addressing all of these comments that I received about Trisha Paytas. But today, I thought we would talk about something else. But I did want to say this just for 2 seconds. What is interesting to me about this, okay, is that Trisha Paytas has made it very, very clear that they have really wanted to be married for a very long time and enjoy all of that. It's like, girl, go enjoy it. Go enjoy it. Why are you filming 10 TikToks a day, all of these videos, live stream? Go enjoy it. I can understand putting up 1 or 2 videos a day. Hey, I totally understand that. Maybe a TikTok, you know, but it is extremely extensive. And I'm like, girl, go enjoy it. You wanted to be married so bad. Go enjoy it, you know? Anyway, so today I'm going to talk about Jeffree Star, Jaclyn Hill, Manny MUA, Nikki Tutorials. You know what? I just have to tell you, speaking about, what was I going to say? My drama opera of 2016 or something like that. But my, I was going to say my predictions video that I did for 2022. Do you already know that some of those predictions have come true? Like, I literally posted that video, and the very next day, Amy Slayton came out and said that they were expecting their second child. Did you guys know that? Crazy. I'm like, crazy. And then Tati Westbrook today put out a video and said that they were in Hawaii and that they almost moved there. And I said in my video that I saw Tati Westbrook moving to Hawaii. Isn't that crazy? Now, I have to tell you, I have had this feeling for the last couple days of our lives, that I predicted that Manny MUA was going to find a boyfriend in 2022. And I said that this person would be like closer to 40, like in their late 30s, and not really in the industry, but kind of like indirectly, you know, and that I felt like it was going to be like the brother of somebody that Manny knew, or like a family member of somebody that Manny knew. I feel like Manny's already met this person, like since 2022 has happened. I feel like they kind of like already got their eye on this person, or this person's interested in them. I feel like it's already kind of rolling. I don't know why, but I feel like that's... I also said that Manny would keep it very, very private, though. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. But I have to tell you, many of my predictions are already kind of coming true, which is totally crazy, right? But I did think that we could revisit the drama bingo card of 2022. Now, on here, you can see that I have my free. If you show up to drama class, you get your free space, okay? And then Jeffree Star, new boyfriend. Well, we're going to talk about that today. Trisha's new religion. I think that's fair to say. I can cross that one off right there. Shane merch sale. Haven't got that one. Gabby Hanna claims shadow ban. Can't believe we haven't heard that one yet. Trisha and Ethan fight. Oh, I just know that's coming. Trisha Paytas resumes chicken nugget status. Tati Tell All. Well, which is interesting because Tati just came out with a very personal Q&A today. Okay, and it goes on and on and on. James Charles gets DMs, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to talk about Jeffree Star today, and we're going to talk about James Charles. I think the Jeffree Star stuff is kind of fun, haha. And the James Charles is a conversation that I think we really do need to have. And I saw that Ethan Klein was talking about this, and so I was like, you know what, I think this is important for us to talk about. So, not just because Ethan Klein talked about it, but because I do think it's a really important conversation to have, and that is the fact that James Charles was trending from his newest video, which is where he wears like Shein clothes for a week or whatever. So anyway, before I get into that, I want to talk about Jeffree Star. Okay, Jeffree Star has not posted a video in the last month. The last video that he posted was him feeding out his pet business, okay? And the one before that was with the two makeup artists, and the one before that was like another. Jeffree Star, literally, his channel now is, let me just do ad campaigns as far as in videos. And then every 5th video, I'm going to do a life update, and I'm going to tell you guys, like, all the really, like, I really need to sit here and tell you guys, like, the really horrible things that's been going on in my life, but I have really exciting things going on in 2022, and so anyway, so Jeffree Star, that's kind of what his YouTube channel has turned into. This is why I really don't believe that Jeffree Star's YouTube channel is going to last much longer. I don't think he cares about making videos, which is so interesting to me because it's like, I would think that his making videos, unless his Instagram is sustaining a lot of that, him making videos, I thought for a while, was what pushed his sales on his makeup. The problem is, okay, that no matter what Jeffree Star posts, every time he posts a video, he loses subscribers, and it makes him, like, you can see the views. And I don't think that he wants people to know that, because I don't think he wants people to know how, like, he's not doing very well on YouTube, right? Because then you can actually look at that and say, well, these are the amount of views that he got. He's losing, I mean, every time he posts, he loses subscribers, right? So he is now posting about every 2 months a video on YouTube, or maybe once a month if you're lucky, if you're a Jeffree Star fan. And I just think it's interesting. You know, this is another thing for me that, like, with YouTubers, it's like you come onto YouTube, right? And you amass this audience that falls in love with you because you're showing your life on YouTube, or you're doing these Jeffree Star approved videos, which his fans really liked for a while, right? And all this kind of stuff. And then you build this business off of it, this makeup business off of it, which, yes, I know that he was doing that anyway, but you build this makeup business really off of your audience, okay? Let's just be for real. Jeffree Star is not selling makeup just to people that loved his music, period, okay? It's a lot because of his YouTube. And then you get to a point where it's like, I don't need to do YouTube anymore, or whatever, but you're not going live on Instagram. I mean, it's not like, you know, it's not like you're continuing to do what you were doing before somewhere else. But Jeffree Star does attempt to kind of stir up drama every once in a while, and I just made a video about him not too long ago, like last week, when he was in Mexico over the New Year, and he posted a picture. Here, if I have it, I'll find it. I'll put it up here, and it's him, and this guy is all up in his toe jam. Let me just tell you what, okay? I got in the car with my good Judy later that night, Tanya Jean. You all know Tanya Jean. So she called on my drama video the other day. But anyway, I'm talking to Tanya Jean. She goes, did you see that picture of that poor guy picking? I said, toe jam out of Jeffree Star's toe. She goes, yes, it was so disgusting. And I'm like, oh, thank God I'm not the only one that saw it that way. So Jeffree Star's got this dude, you know, on his boat, or whatever boat it is they chartered for the day. I just have to tell you, when I went back and looked over that for a while, I don't know why it cracks me up so much, but if I remember, I'll put it up here too. There was like this little video that Jeffree Star's been really into the boomerangs lately, if you follow him on Instagram. He's been doing like, but it's not like cute boomerangs where you're like, it's not like that. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, right? But it's like he just learned how, it's like your grandma just learned how to do boomerang. It's like Jeffree Star just learned how to do boomerang, okay? I'm like, girl, what's going on over here with the boomerangs? I'm so confused, right? So anyway, Jeffree Star did this like boomerang kind of thing where he's holding this Balenciaga purse. I don't know why, like at the time, I just was kind of like, oh, he's showing his purse or whatever. But like in retrospect, it cracked me up so bad. I was like, He's literally just like holding this purse over the ocean as the boat goes by. It's so lame. It's like, do you ever know people, Jaclyn Hill, do you ever know people that like wear their watch on the outside of their shirt, and then when they take a picture, it's like they do this? But they don't want you to see their, $100,000 watch, but they do their picture like this. It's like Jeffree Star's holding this purse over the water. I'm like, girl, that is so lame and embarrassing. Why? Why are you doing that? You're like 35, seriously, okay? That's embarrassing. Don't do that. So anyway, I mean, a good outfit of the day, sure, I love all that, okay? But why are you dangling this purse over the water? And did he take everything out of it in case he dropped it in the water? You know, that's what I'm wanting to know. So anyway, so Jeffree Star had this picture with this dude picking toe jam out of his toes. I guess when Jeffree Star gets on, the Grinders and the eHarmonies.coms and the Christian Mingles and all that kind of stuff, I guess he puts in there, I like a dude that I can buy Gucci, Louis, Fendi product for, that will also pick my toe jam out between my toes. So anyway, so he has this dude, right? Okay, so that's the only picture we see of this guy. It probably was just some guy on the boat, and Jeffree Star's like, dude, listen, I'll pay you $100 if you touch my foot so I can take a picture of it, okay? First of all, Jeffree Star is always laying out on boats and pools and stuff in this Versace string underwear. I'm like, girl, I don't know what you know. But people like you because you're a makeup person, okay? People like you because of this. I don't ever think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think of Jeffree Star as a sex symbol of the world, okay? If you do, like, more power to you. But I don't know that I need to see Jeffree Star's, all of it laid out anyway. So he's got this dude picking his toe jam out underneath. It's just kind of all very cringe to me, So here's Jeffree Star, because I think he's got this idea in his head that he's somebody that he's not. Do you know what I mean? It's almost kind of like, it's kind of like the cool mom and Mean Girls. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like when you have an idea in your head that you're something that you're not, which I think is why, like, for me, then when he does this very, like, Hair by Jay Elizabethan wig, but just like the day before, and it just kind of makes me sad. I don't know why, it just does. And then, like, the day before, he's, like, all over this boat trying to be sexy with this guy picking toe jam. I'm like, Jeffree, like, pull it together, okay? This does not look good. So anyway, he's got this guy picking toe jam out between his toes. Then, like, a couple days ago, he's driving in Wyoming, all this kind of stuff, or wherever, Montana. I think it's Wyoming, isn't it? It's Wyoming. So he's driving in Wyoming, and he's going like this, and somebody's holding his hand from the back. And I'm like, oh, this is so corny. Jeffree, you want us to guess who this guy is so bad. So is this another Andre Marhold? Okay, who is this person? I mean, is it a Nathan Schwandt? I mean, do we know who this person is? People are like, oh, it's Nathan Schwandt. Like, maybe they're back together. Maybe they are back together. You guys, I have to tell you, there is this YouTube channel. I wish I could find it right now. But there is this YouTube channel, and they, like, get in their videos, and their videos, they don't even call it things like, I get eaten alive, right? If I would title this video, Jeffree Star's new boyfriend, which now I'm going to, people will be like, this is the biggest clickbait in the entire world, and how dare you, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? This person doesn't even do that, okay? Like, their titles are so outrageous, and the titles are like, Jeffree Star and Nathan are back together and living in Wyoming, and I literally fall for it, you guys, and I go to their videos and I watch them, and I really like them, okay? But let me tell you what I wish you could find who this channel is, because if I find it, I will link it below. But they literally sit there on their bed, and they're like, so I just was thinking, like, what if Jeffree Star and Nathan got back together? And then, like, there's no basis in truth or any kind of, like, not even based on a picture or anything. It's just like they thought it up. You know what I mean? And I live for it. I absolutely live for it. If you know what this channel is called, put it in the comment section below. I can't remember. But anyway, they are so fantastic. And they just, like, do these, like, 8-minute videos. And they're like, I was just thinking, like, if Jeffree Star and Nathan got back together and then they were, like, living in the house in Wyoming, like, what would that be like? Like, I wonder what that would be like. And I'm like, I fell for this. Like, if I did that, oh my God, people would be so upset. People would be like, how dare you? Oh, they would be so mad, trust me. On the heels of all of the Trisha Paytas wants to talk about how Ethan Klein and H3 and all those people have, like, diehard fans. Listen, okay? Listen, I have felt the wrath of the Trisha Paytas fans. So Trisha, I don't ever want to hear it again, okay? But anyway, I'll be addressing that tomorrow. So Jeffree Star put this picture up here. I'll show it here somewhere, where he's like holding this dude's hand, and now we're all supposed to be like, oh, Jeffree's not the lonely doll anymore. He's so in love with whatever. So I went over today to see if Jeffree Star's still in love, and there's no pictures of this dude picking his toe jam or holding his hand or whatever. So I don't know. Is Jeffree Star have a new boyfriend? We can only hope. Okay, now let's go on and let's talk about James Charles. So I was like, where's my lip gloss? I can't find it, but I did find a Sharpie. Okay, so I did a video, I don't know, 2 weeks ago about the fact that this guy made a TikTok calling out James Charles. I will link the video below if I remember. Calling out James Charles because James Charles hit him up and was like, hey, what's your Snapchat, dude? And this guy was like, yeah, like, not interested. Okay, so this went back and forth and whatever. Well, Klein did this video talking about James Charles, like, this guy is only 18 years old. Now, when I originally did the video, I said, you know, okay, at least this guy looks a little bit older, because I thought, based on how he looked, that he looked like he was like 24 or 25 or something like that. Well, the comment section informed me that that was actually not the case, that this guy had just turned 18. And apparently, I don't know, James Charles knew that or something like that, but this guy had just turned 18. I don't know, all right? But Klein goes in and he talks about how this is really, really problematic. That James Charles has come out and said, you know, like, this isn't going to happen. I'm not going to do this anymore. And, you know, like, 2020 and 2021, it's like, I think we saw a lot of factual evidence that James Charles himself came out and said, yes, I did do this, you know. And, you know, it was interesting because I was watching this movie, oh shoot, now I'm not going to remember the word. Entrapment. I was watching this movie the other day, and this is just all speculation, allegedly, and conspiracy speculation, right? But I'm watching the movie McMillions, the documentary. If you've never seen it before, it's older, it's fantastic. It's about the McDonald's Monopoly scam, okay? And it's unreal. It's so good. But they asked this FBI agent in there, like, how is what they did not entrapment? Like, how is the FBI catching these people not entrapment? And, this guy said, this FBI agent said, we didn't force them to go and play the game. They're the ones that came forward with the game pieces and claimed that they had won, right? And he was like, entrapment is completely different than that. And I thought, oh, that's interesting when you look at that, applying that to, you know, celebrities and influencers and YouTubers and things like that, because James Charles always claims that these people are trying to catch him, you know, like, they're trying to, like, catch him up in something or whatever, right? Well, James, I was thinking about this when I was watching this McDonald's show. That's how my mind wanders sometimes. And I was thinking to myself, if you weren't in their DMs anyway, and because you said you realized that, you know, social media apps are not dating apps. If you weren't in their DMs anyway, and you weren't reaching out to these people and hitting them up and whatever, then that wouldn't be a problem. I just don't understand how, and this is what is really interesting to me, okay? Here we have yet another issue, but it just kind of went away and nobody really said or did anything about it. Had this happened a year ago, James Charles would not have posted a video for a while. He would have been forced to come out and do some kind of sad, pathetic apology video, right? Oh no, he just goes on. Wait a second, better yet, James Charles comes out and he says, let me get over to James Charles, hold on, in his, where is it at? I just was looking at this yesterday. On James Charles' YouTube, he's bragging about how his video is trending on YouTube. Here it is. Hold on a second. Community tab. James Charles said, yesterday's new video is trending. I'm so glad you guys are loving it. Check out my full week of wearing outfits from Shein. Okay? So, here we are, 2 weeks out from James Charles, okay, hitting on somebody else that is not interested in DMs, which James Charles said that he wasn't going to do anymore and that he had learned his lesson, which I guess a lot of his fans accepted. And now 2 weeks out from the last incident, James has a trending video on YouTube, but we don't think that YouTube is part of this. We don't think that YouTube is part of the problem. And this is where I said that I believe that YouTube is going to be forced to have to, at some point, that they are going to start, like, people are going to start saying, okay, YouTube, you're part of this, okay? You're negligent as well. And this is where I said that YouTube has very much this attitude. You can go back and watch my predictions video. I said in there, and it wasn't really a prediction, it was just the truth, that YouTube has this attitude kind of like high schools with sports and what happens on the weekend and things like that, is that if you get like, you know, if stuff happens off campus, well, it doesn't really apply to while you're at school to some degree. And YouTube has that attitude too, as well as with their influencers. Well, if it happens, but it doesn't happen like in a video or during your video, then we're not going to really hold you accountable. Well, YouTube, I think that's kind of BS. I really do, right? So you have this person over there that wouldn't be having the power and the prestige and all of everything that they have if they didn't have their YouTube career, of which, let's just be fair, YouTube has pushed James Charles and really helped his career a lot. We know that, okay? And James Charles knows people on the up and up and in the top of YouTube. We know that. And they have helped James Charles, okay? And if James Charles didn't have that power, which when you talk about these situations, you look at power differentials, then James Charles wouldn't be able to use that power and wield that power the way that he is, okay? So yes, indirectly, YouTube is responsible for it to some degree, right? And I think that it's really, to me personally, negligent that YouTube puts his video on the trending page. I went through the trending page and I was looking at these trending videos and I was like, it's so interesting to me what's on trending over here. I mean, you have videos that are 100,000 views, 10 million views, whatever, that are on the trending page. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. But I'm like, somebody is picking these trending videos. So somebody at YouTube decided that James Charles' video was going to trend over. I mean, you can tell just by looking at the trending. I mean, we know that, right? That it's not just like, oh, these are really the videos that are trending. If that were the case, the entire trending thing would be flooded with all of these music videos that literally are up an hour, like Adele's songs and stuff, that get like, you know, 39 million views in an hour. Those are not the videos that we see on the trending page. So how did James Charles' video end up over there wearing a week of Sheen? Okay, who knows, right? But when James wants to come out and act like, oh, I've learned my lesson, I've learned everything I wanted to learn, and then 2 weeks before that, he's been engaging in the same thing. I mean, how many times does this have to happen before people really have an issue with it? Or I guess my question is, at this point, is that I feel like it's kind of getting watered down a little bit. Like, people are just like, they're not even really that upset about it anymore. It's just like, well, that's James. Well, that's James. Well, that's James, right? You know? I don't know. It's very troublesome to me because the more that James does these things and engages in all of this, and then there's real no accountability held to it whatsoever, like something else is going to happen. I mean, you do realize that, right? Like something else is going to happen down the road. So I think it's important that people are bringing it up. I'm glad that Ethan Klein brought it up and talked about it. And I think that Ethan Klein talking about it in regards, because he talks about it in regards to this trending page, I think is important, you know? Like YouTube, what's going on here? Like, there are a lot of YouTubers out there that are not problematic like James Charles that are really working on a daily basis to build their channels that I'm sure would love to have their videos on a trending page. Oh my God, I was almost done and my battery died. Anyway, you know, I don't know what else to say about it. All I know is that James Charles continues to get in these problematic situations that just keep on seemingly getting worse and worse and worse. And yet there's no accountability. I mean, he even took his video down called Taking Accountability. How is there any accountability for that? And what does YouTube do? They reward James Charles with that. I don't know. I have a huge problem with that. So anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.